talking discussion today. So before starting our virtual meeting and dialogue, I would like to invite all of us to put your hands together to recite Buddha name for today's time in Pali language. May I request Venerable Thadongdak to raise your voice first. Venerable, please.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Thank you very much, Bante. Next, I would like to announce the tentative program today that follows. First, introducing guests and participants. Second, opening speech and introducing the chief guest by Thammasik Lingla. Third, main speak by our chief guest, Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, International President, World Buddhist Mission Japan. Fourth, Q&A session. Then, both of times by Thammasik Lingla, and the last closing program by traditional song of the club. I have arrived. I'm home. So in this meaningful and interactive talking discussion today, it's really my pleasure and honorable for us to welcome Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, International President, World Buddhist Mission Japan.
Yes, xin chào.
Second, welcome Venerable Dr. Thadongdak, founder and president of Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club Vietnam. On Dhamma brothers and sisters, or members of the club, on entrance, once again, warmly welcome you all to the virtual meeting today. To understand our Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club as well as brief biology of our guest speakers today, now I would like to invite Thammasik Lingla for opening remarks and introducing our chief guest. Sister, over the mic to you, Sister.
Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, respected Mahasangha, respected Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, dear members of the Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club, Dhamma brother and sister, very good afternoon to you all. First of all,
Yes.
no presidents was Buddhist Mission Japan. So our Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club in the School of Buddhist Study Vietnam. Thank you so much, Venerable, for your kind acceptance of our invitation as your guest speaker today. Let me take a few minutes to give you our brief introduction on Mini School of Buddhist Study and Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club. As you know, Mini School of Buddhist Study is one of the top schools in the field of Buddhist study in Vietnam, which sends a large number of monks and nuns to three Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City, Huế, and Hanoi capital. Our students are usually our top students at the entrance exam progression program in the university. For the betterment of use of English, Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club was founded by Ve.Dr. a School of Buddhist Study at Bình Province in 2020 with participation of more than 200 monks and nuns. We are artists in learning Dhamma English under the form of Buddhist English clubs. W English as a medium language to understand the Buddha teaching.
Bante जी कहीं गए हुए हैं. हाँ, फोन कर लो ना.
Of reading, speaking, listening, and writing for our members.
अच्छा.
It could be a strong foundation and valuable preparation for them to study about in futures. It is the best step for our members of the club to have a good chance to learn Dhamma through English and to understand English under the form of Dhamma. People has a good approaches to prominent speakers, scholar, teacher, and professor in the field of Buddhist study from different countries in different Buddhist traditions. Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, Thailand, Sri Lanka, India for Theravada tradition. Vietnam, China, Japan, and Korea for Mahayana Buddhism, and Mongolia, Bhutan, Tibet for Vajrayana Buddhist tradition. Today, in our 14th dialogue in the series of the international meeting of the Nghiên Thieu Dhamma English Club in the School of Buddhist Study Vietnam, it great pleasure that Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, International President of Buddhist Mission Japan, have accepted our invitation as guest speaker to have a talk with all 100 members of the clubs on the content of Buddhism in America and the contribution of Vietnamese monks. Once again, thank you for joining us and welcome you, Venerable. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Thank you very much, Tamasik Liên Lạc. Now, may I request Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, International President, World Buddhist Mission Japan, to give the main speak on Buddhism in America and the contributions of Vietnamese monks today. Over the mic to you, Venerable.
Yes, Buddhism is playing a great role in all over the world now. Even in India, it has restarted to get moment in different parts of India. Like the Buddha Gaya is one of the center where Buddhism originated in 6th century BC. But even in America, now 3 million people have embraced Buddhism. Because Buddhism is a religion based on science. So whatever the Gautam the Buddha taught in the 6th century BC is based on the science. So American people were interested to get a religion which is based on science, not only philosophy. So they had adopted now Buddhism as their religion. And Vietnam is the most important for us in the field of Buddhism. I was in Vietnam since 2007, and I found many centers in Vietnam dealing with Buddhism. And last in 2019, also we got a chance to attend international conference on Buddhism in Hanoi. And we were very much impressed with the Buddhist people in Vietnam. Today's my topic is Buddhists who are in America and what is their contribution in the American Buddhism. So American Buddhism is a mixture of all kind of Buddhism. There, after the conference on religion, International Conference on Religion, we find the contribution of different Buddhist sections. Basically, there is an influence of the religion of Buddha, which originated in India. Apart from that, we find the influence of Dalai Lama's religion, tantric practices, also the Mahayana practices, which is based on the Jain meditation by these two monks who joins the International Conference on Religion. And they had one of the interpreter named D.T. Suzuki. So D.T. Suzuki also wrote a number of books on Jain Buddhism. What is Jain and Japanese mind and all these things. He wrote almost around 100 books he has composed on the Jain Buddhism. Apart from them, we have also the Theravada practices, like some of the Sri Lankan temples are there. So these all makes the Japanese traditional Buddhism, and also that every influence is there on the American Buddhism. Vietnamese Buddhism is also not behind. So we find here Thich Nhat Hanh, who is now in Hue province, and he did a lot of work in America. He gave in America a new approach of the Buddhism, which is called engaged Buddhism or practical Buddhism. So Thich Nhat Hanh's great contribution in American Buddhism is that he practically implemented the Buddhist teaching in America. Though he was in exile from the Vietnam, but his contribution as a Vietnamese citizen is a lot. He founded also a number of places, and Thich Nhat Hanh is the monk who professed the mindfulness in the West. We say that he was the man who introduced mindfulness in the West and returned the home in Vietnam to enjoy his further life, because he got a stroke and in 2018, and then he expressed his wish by his gesture to return to the temple in Vietnam, where he has been ordained as the young monk. So Thich Nhat Hanh is very important in the American Buddhism. As you know that he goes in the Paris, and then he establishes the sweet potato community near Paris in 1982, monk. And he meet a larger site in the southwest France and known as the Plum Village, P-L-U-M, Plum Village. He founded and worked up the schools of mindfulness in his school of not only America, but also in Europe and Asia. So we know the Thich Nhat Hanh for his great contribution there. Apart from that one, he is also a great artist of calligraphy. And in the calligraphy, his main topics are Buddhism. So he takes that one, that calligraphy as one of the part of his teaching Buddhism, where he uses the words and the pictures. Beautiful pictures has been taken by him. And in 1967, he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This result for an exile life was 39 years he was in exile. But wherever, even he was in exile, he shows his interest, his dedication, his dedicated life for Vietnam as a Vietnamese monk. So his contribution is too great in American Buddhism. And you know that there was a Vietnam War, and which destroyed a lot of places in Vietnam. I visited near Ho Chi Minh, the place where there is a place where the Vietnamese war was going on. So that is really a great contribution in that. So Thich Nhat Hanh is now globally important, internationally well-known Buddhist monk. And he was born in the New Xuan province in 1926, and is popular for its literary work and monkhood. He has also established himself as a peace activist and founder of the Plum Village, which I told you that. And he also established a different kind of Buddhist teachings for the mindfulness. And so do you know that in America, we found around 2.2 million people who are Vietnamese origin. This is the fourth Asian community in America. When you go the first, almost the maximum are the Chinese American, then have the Filipino American, then we have Indian American, and the last but not least, this is the fourth position, there is a 4 million overseas Vietnamese there. The oldest wave or Vietnamese left Vietnam for the economy and the political refugee after 1975. So this make Vietnamese people to take a shelter in America, and they contributed a lot for the development of the Buddhism, because Buddhism was their origin religion. So that Vietnam and India is indebted to the Vietnamese for keeping the Buddhism. And this is the country I found that there's both Theravada and Mahayana, two Sanghas are there, and both are very active in Vietnam. So, and I would like to go for some question and answer from your students, because as a teacher, I can, on one topic, we can speak for 2-3 hours. That is this one. So, but I would like to have some questions from your students, because this is an English conversation. So I would like to have some conversation with the students if they like. So actually, this is very important line, which I like of the Thich Nhat Hanh, is that meditation is not to escape from society, but to come back to ourselves and see what is going on. Once this is seen, there must be acting with mindfulness. So this quotation makes me very influential and very interesting. So would you like to have some questions from your students?
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
So do they have any question? Otherwise,
Yes.
Then I will go for the second contributor.
Thank you very much, Venerable Medhanlar Ravi, for enlightening us the wonderful topic today, Buddhism in America and the contribution of Vietnamese monks. We have got lots of knowledge and useful information that you have given our club members. Through your presentation, I believe that all participants and members here have understood clearly and fully about prominent feature of Buddhism in America and the contribution of Vietnamese monks. Once again, thank you so much for your excellent presentation and discussion, dear Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi.
No,
now,
I'm going for another lecture in that one, Buddhist nuns in America. This is the monk, but there are also nuns, they have also contributed in Buddhism. So if there is no question here, I would love to go for the Buddhist nuns temple. There is in Los Angeles, the people who live, that is a temple is Du Ok Shu temple. That is also a Buddhist temple where only nuns are living, no monks, but it is all controlled by the nuns. So before we finishing to the monks, I just wanted to go on the nuns also. So this is where you can find a same like your dress. We find people in those this place, and which was the contribution of the Venerable Lon Kim Lee. Venerable Lon Kim Lee established this Du Ok Shu temple in Southern California. So first of all, Vietnamese Buddhist temple, and this is in the street is called Magnolia Street. In the California, it is in the Magnolia Street. And this started with a small rented 2-room house. but it now it is a big temple, and Venerable Lon Kim Lee is also got another name that is called a Thich Nhat Hanh Hoa. And the first of all, the women Buddhist temple, this is in the state of California. Apart from her, there are some contributor as a nun like Me Too and the Thich Nhat Hanh Nuet. They are all, many nuns are there. There is not only the monks who have contributed in the Buddhism in America, but we find a lot of nuns also in America who has contributed to the Buddhism. Okay, so ask them some questions so that we can interface.
Okay, now we come to the questions of contribution of Most Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh and Bhikkhuni Long Kim Lee in
Yes.
South California. Okay, any questions about our first two contributors?
Yeah, they can go for first and second both, no problem.
Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, I have a questions about contribution of Most Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, Mandaji. So, in your opinion, what is the most impressive contribution from our Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh?
Yeah, this is about the Master Lon Kim La. She introduced one that there should be. There were earlier temples where the monks and nuns were living together, but she felt that there should be a center only for where the nuns can freely live, because there is a concept of there in Buddhism. Actually, in the Jain Buddhism, there is no concept of the male or female, but when we come in the practice, there is a male and the female. So the female devotees and the female nuns, they wanted to have a freedom, and they wanted to establish a center where they should control themselves. The master should be also a female, and the followers and other practicing nuns should be also a female. So that is a great contribution, and that we find in America. Is it clear?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mandaji.
Another questions? Because we have a lot of time, so we can go for question and answer.
Yes, okay. Mandaji, I think we will come at the Q&A section in the last. Yes. Yes. Okay, now we can move to the next contributor, Mandaji.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Who is the next contributor? Hello.
Yes, hello. Yes, after Most Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh and Bhikkhuni Long Kim Lee. So, who is the next contributor in Buddhism in America, Mandaji?
The another name is Thich Nhat Hanh Nuet. Thich Nhat Hanh Nuet also contributed in that same similar temple of the woman's temple. That's also in the California. And another, there are many temples are there now in the Vietnamese temples. Many temples now in America coming up where the nuns are practicing. Apart from the, so there is a now in the main city of Washington DC also we have another Vietnamese temple, and then we have what's that one is. So there are a number of the temples now, because when I was doing my thesis on the contribution of Buddhism in America. We found a number of temples are there. So different temples, but almost the great contribution, the first for the foremost goes to the Thich Nhat Hanh, and the another that I told you. But there are another small temples where we practice about the Vietnamese Buddhism. So, yes. So you give me some names, then I can explain on that one.
Actually, we are new to Buddhism in America. Although we are Vietnamese monks and nuns, but we are not so expert in the field of Buddhism in America. So can you explain more about the contributions of monks and nuns in America in the modern time?
Apart from the Buddhist monks, there is also this is from the Jain tradition. There's two peoples coming from this Jain who come to attend the conference, and then they have established the Jain meditation center. Thich Nhat Hanh also have a Jain practices. One of the part of his is the practices of the Jain. So Jain is becoming more popular in America. And another is the Dalai Lama's centers are there, where Dalai Lama is also contributing for the Buddhism in America. And there is a one lady, and you have been in here, there is a one lady, Dixit Bangmo. So Dixit Bangmo is also have now, there is a school for learning of Buddhism, that is the Wisdom Center. So they also contribute for the development of Buddhism in America. And then we have got some of the American writers are there. When you go to the 20th century AD, then we have some of the writers who visited India from the, and they are basically origin from the America. But they are some of, this is also that African mixed Americans. So these monks also have, I mean, they have the teaching mixed up with the Vietnamese learning and Tibetan learning. And then again, also some influence of the, this from Sri Lankan temples also. So they wrote some of the books, the Light of Asia, that also gives you about the Buddhism, how it started and how it grows. So Light of Asia is basically also one book which will give you information. And then we come to this, you know, Allen Gins's work. Allen Gins's work, you might have heard about him also. So they are not actually monks, but they are practicing, Allen Gins's work, they're practicing like a practicing monk. But they had contribution also, and they are very much influenced with also Thich Nhat Hanh. So they, and in America, I will find a different type, because when I was in Vietnam, you have one separate section, like it is the Mahayana practicing, then there is only practicing in Mahayana. But where is that Theravada? You are practicing Theravada. But in American temples, we find the mixture of all that from the this one Theravada, Mahayana, and Tantrayana. So tantric practices also we found in the same temple. So this is the uniqueness of the Buddhism in America. So not only that one section, either Theravada or the Mahayana, but we find all together at one center, which is a uniqueness in the American Buddhism. So
one thing I think is also uniqueness of Vietnamese Buddhism. In one monastery or one Vietnamese Buddhist center, we also practice three traditions together: the Pure Land tradition, Jain Buddhism, and even tantric practice. So
No,
what
but when I
we
was in
practice?
Vietnam, I found the separate because when we visited in the Gobab Center,
Yes, Gao
where
Center.
is this is the monk Tam, Tik Tien Tam. There is only Theravada practicing. Then I visited in Hue province, some of the temples, they don't practice this one Theravada. They just only practice Namo Amidabo, and so that also you are. I'm not disagree with you, but I found they have the separate practices in the different temple. Because this, you know, the Tam, the monk Tam, Tian Tam, Tik Tian Tam is in the Gobab district in the Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes.
So he also comes sometimes to India. But when I was in his temple, I found they just practice the Theravada. They not practice the Mahayana practices. But maybe in some temples they're doing all these practices. But what are the temples I visited? I found separate practices both. But it's good. Then I am very happy. But in America, I found at one temple all the three sections are running, going together, side by side. Thank you for giving me information. So this time I coming Vietnam, I would love to go with you and see those places.
Yes, I will guide you. I will guide you to all the Buddhist monasteries in Vietnam. You can see.
Oh, thank you very much. I really love Vietnam for the Buddhist practices, and the people are very nice, friendly, and basically your food are very. And in 2019, I could enjoy a lot in that time in Hanoi. You were also there, so.
Yes.
And some professor from GBU, also from Nam Nalanda University, and from different places we could meet. Huge gathering of the Buddhist monks and nuns. So that was also very important. And now there is a one nun. She is in the Pune University. She changed her nationality as American. Now she also belongs to this temple, which I told you that Dokshu temple. DUOC, Dokshu temple. So she belongs also to that temple, and now she is in a Pune University learning the Pali. So there are many people, they are contributing at their own level in the American Buddhism. Now she is Vietnamese, but she changed her nationality as America. Okay, so any other person? Hello.
Hello. Yes. Any other questions?
Let the students, because it's a conversation class, so they should also talk so that we should interconnect with each other.
Okay. Now the part of our students. Our students, please ask our chief guest any questions. He's India.
Yes, I'm in India. I live in the Kobe city in Japan. Now in India for year end. So this and tomorrow is an interfaith meeting in the Delhi. So I will be there in interfaith meeting at YMCA.
Okay, I see. In India, we celebrate a lot of interfaith conference. We try to be harmonious among religions. Bandaji, I have another question for you, Bandaji. You are now international president of the World Buddhist Mission in Japan. So can you give us the general view of similarity and differences among Buddhism in Vietnam, America, and Japan? So can you share about some things about Buddhism in Japan?
Yeah, Buddhism in Japan is basically influenced with the maximum people are followers of the Nichiren, Nichiren, Nichiren Su. So Nichiren gives you the importance that about the Lotus Sutra. Same, you are chanting the Lotus Sutra, they are also chanting the Lotus Sutra, but they are more or less, they're chanting number 6, number 16, and number 26. Not all the chapters. They basically have, and 16 and 26 chapter of the Lotus Sutra is very famous in this one. And from those, the Lotus Sutra, there just different sections that Tendai Shu, Nichiren Shu, and many the religion concept that all come from Lotus Sutra. So their formula is the Namu Myo Ho Reng Ge Kyo. They say Namu Myo Ho Reng Ge Kyo, Namu Myo Ho Reng Ge Kyo. That is the simple meaning is the bow to the Lotus Sutra. Actually, Nichiren that provoked the Buddhism, he told instead of chanting all the Lotus Sutra, you just vow to the word with one line, the vow to the Lotus Sutra, that will give you all that also enlightenment, and you can get a position of the Bodhisattva. So that is a different theory in Buddhism. So this is also then there is a Shingonsu is also there. That is also based on that. So the Shu means religion. That what you say, the faith or religion or believing. So Shu. So Nichiren was that a priest. He was also jailed for giving the Buddhism so high. So you know that in that you learned about him also. You have been in the Indian university, so I'm sure you have learned about that. But that is all. The Buddhism is the same, but it is all you can say in a new bottles. We put the same thing in the new bottles. So the chanting is getting different. Like you have the Namo Amidabo, they also have Namo Amidabo. Then we have that. So most popular in Japan is maximum people go for Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Then Jodo Shinto is there. That is their Shinto shrine. That is the oldest one in the Shinto, which there is a no God, but everything, every nature is the God. So natural, same like if you go in the British, European side, then you have the paganism, to believe every element of the universe as a piece of that faith of God or harmony, whatever they say. So that is, so Japanese Buddhism is a unique Buddhism, and that is, and the Buddhists, that is same like they're practicing the Buddhism in their own life, practical Buddhism. Suppose I hit my foot on some table, but in India we will throw the table because it hit me. But it is my fault because the table is staying at one place. It is me who was walking and got touched to the table and hurt. So in Japan is that we think we are sorry to the table that due to me you got hit. But here we have another concept that since the table was in the middle, I hit my foot. So that is a very different teaching in Japan. So in Japan, we always think about the other people as much as a practical Buddhism. So we practice like that. Yes. Any more point on the Japanese Buddhism? The practice is that they follow with the time, because all this in the monastic life, we have to observe that very timetable. This time we have to wake up. This time we have to. Also in Vietnam, I found that they're following the times. But in Japan, they are very, very strict to the time. And in the minute, second, you have to clean your clothes, you have to clean your cups, whatever you're eaten. So they go by minute and seconds. So that's very uniqueness there. Yes, some another question?
Yes, Thank you very much, Venerable. I have a question. America is a new land for Buddhism, but America is a multi-ethnic with diverse cultures. So how does that affect the development of Buddhism in America?
Yes, because now same like in the American society, there were a caste, creed, and many things differentiations. But after the coming of the Buddhist concept, they have reduced the hatred. Because in the Buddhism, that hatred is the very important. And the Buddha says, Nahi vere na verani. So we cannot cut the eneminess or with the following the eneminess. Nahi vere na verani. So we cannot, so that has, after the coming of the Buddhism, many people have started following the practice of Buddhism practically in their life. And so earlier you will find during the Martin Luther King time, the society was too much disturbed on the caste, creed, and that also ethnicity problem was there too much. So after the Martin Luther King, you will find this problem of this society. It has not finished 0%, but it has gone too much down. Because it was the 20th century AD, many writers, they started writing and practicing Buddhism. Those all writers, just now I give you some on that Allen Ginsberg, and his group is called Beat Writers, B-E-A-T, Beat Writers. So when the Beat Writers, they also visited Japan, they also visited India, and they see the practical Buddhism in those countries. So their writing influenced a lot in America, and they could understand the Buddhist practices, the harmony of the life. And so those writings made the people to think of a society on equality, and that made these writings of the Buddhism made the society calm. And of course, it cannot be the zero, as I told you, the zero tolerance is not there. But maximum people who has adopted, just like I told you, now 3 million people have adopted the Buddhism in last year. So because that the science practices based religion, they wanted to adopt. So that has changed a lot in society after the literature of the Beat generation. So practically the Buddhism is has made the society too much developed. And they have started living a life of the middle way of the life. So that has changed the lifestyle of the Americans. Yes. So any other next question? Hello.
Thank you very much, Venerable. I have another question.
Yes, please.
Yes, in introduction, I know that Venerable are currently working as the world's Buddhist mission with the position in international president. Sure, you have to deal with a lot of problems also under pressure. So can you share with us how to keep your positive energy?
Positive energy you can do with your mindfulness. You have not to devote your whole brain for the problem, because Buddha said in the very beginning, 4 noble truths. So the 4 noble truths explains that there is a cause of suffering. So we take the stress, that is the cause of suffering. But suffering can be end. And when suffering has, always the suffering has a solution, and there is a way to reduce the suffering. suffering also cannot go with the zero tolerance. It will be there, but we can reduce the suffering as much as possible by following the Buddha's teaching of 4 noble truths. Because wherever there is a suffering, there is way to reduce the suffering. So suffering will go. So there are also the ways how we can reduce the suffering. Suppose I need to eat the sweet and I have no money to buy the sweet, then we can take a granule of sugar and I can finish my desire by taking a granule of sugar for the getting a big sweet. Because in Vietnam have many beautiful sweets, colorful sweets. So I could enjoy the Vietnamese sweet also. But suppose I have no money to buy those sweets, I can take some granule of the sugar and so similarly, when I have a lot of stress, I reduce my stress by mindfulness and reducing my desire. If I could not get that one, success, okay, we take a calm and we satisfied that what we have done, it can not be done more than that. So we need a satisfaction on the point. Okay?
Yes. Thank you very much, Venerable. Now I would like to Ve.Dr. Please.
Yes.
Okay, I'm here. First of all, hello, say hello to everyone. Hello, Master. First of all, thank you for you taking the time to come here and share with us lots of a bunch of useful information. And as you mentioned before, you have visited Vietnam. So what do you like most and dislike about Buddhism in Vietnam? Can you share with us about this? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Buddhism in Vietnam, as I told you, I visited a lot of temples there, and I found that both Theravada, Mahayana, and Tantrayana, all 3 practices is living in Vietnam. And only thing is difference, which I told you in American Buddhism and Vietnamese Buddhism, was that in America, in one temple, all the 3 sections existing together, and also the monk in charge. Now he also explained me that in Vietnam also we found the same. So Vietnam Buddhism, I found that is also a practical Buddhism, which is Thich Nhat Hanh has explained in his books as engaged Buddhism or practical Buddhism. So that we find in Vietnam. I have visited few times, but I found very much the people are very cooperative and very mixing up people and very, they are very nice people. I cannot explain, but that is all the teachings of the Buddhism which they are following. Yes. So I'm very happy to meet Vietnamese people alike, and I found that it is my second house when I'm in Vietnam. Yes, any other question?
Yes, thank you. I would like Thong Chang, please. You have a question?
Yes.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
sir.
Yes.
I'm really glad to meet you. So I have a question for you now. Vietnam Buddhism often organizes ritual of peace and prayer repeated in Poland for the dead on 3 occasions of a year. And it is a full moon day of January, April, and July. I want to know, it is like that in America? If so, can you share about its ritual?
Yes. America also, they observed all the Buddhist practices, and they also observed the Uposat Day. Also, they observed full moon day in America. similar to Vietnam, and also in India. And in 2019, we have visited Vietnam. That was also the Ve.Dr. Day. That was the Ve.Dr. celebration there. So America also practicing, and the Ve.Dr. is very important, being the Buddha's correlation with the Buddha. So Ve.Dr. also day is celebrated in America in different places, and almost Buddhist places also in not only there in Thailand also the people of the Ve.Dr. they observe the Ve.Dr. day. It's very most important in the Ve.Dr. day. Yes.
Yes, thank you very
And
much.
when you come to India, you visit the Buddha Gaya and you can enjoy the Ve.Dr. Day also there. That time, people from all over the world come. Yes, and United Nation is very much kind to the Buddhism, that they contribute some economical contribution by the United Nations of America for the United Nations Ve.Dr. Day, and which was celebrated a few times in Vietnam too. This year, I think maybe in the Thailand, and Mahachulalongkorn University will celebrate this function if it happens this year, coming year. Okay. Any other question?
Okay, yes, I understand. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I would like to Nhuận Ngọc, please. Over the mic to you, Nhuận Ngọc.
Yeah, thank you, the moderators for inviting me. Yeah, I want to ask an answer that do you think that Buddhism in America will be more developed in the future? Because I know that in the history, there was a period that Buddhism very developed in India, but then it was lost, and nowadays most of Indian practice Hinduism, right? So I would like to know your opinion, your viewpoint about Buddhism in America in the future. Yeah.
So Buddhism in America will develop because I just told you just 3 million people the last year they adopted Buddhism, which is a recorded Buddhism as their faith in American that communities. When you go to America, they have like California state you will find, and Washington DC you will find. So there are different states. They have a list of the ethnicity and their faith. So Buddhism is growing in the number and the coming faith. In India, Buddhism didn't die, but Buddhism is get a transformation because Hinduism also adopted Buddhism as one of their god. They say the Vishnu as one of the incarnation of the Buddha. So Buddha is being worshipped in the form of Vishnu in India. So there is not less people. This is only the transformation of the people have become in the faith from Buddha to Vishnu. But they are still worshipping the Buddha in the form of Vishnu. Is it clear to you? Hello?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and after the Dr. Ambedkar in India, he adopted the Buddhism. Millions of people had adopted Buddhism as their faith. So Buddhism is coming up again in the Indian subcontinent. And particularly if you go to Nagpur, you go to Delhi, you will find that is we have named as the Neo-Buddhism. So Neo-Buddhism is also coming up in the picture in coming days. Okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Anybody else? Would you like to have some question? Very good, very nice questions. I'm very happy to answer you all these questions.
Yes, I have a question. All of members of Nguyễn Siêu Tham Analyst Club is very interested in the topic today. How to learn English effectively. Can you share with us some tips or advice to learn English better?
To learning English is because I taught English 25 years in Japan. And I see the English also in Vietnam. It is little accent is different, but English you know very much. And now the coming generation is learning English very nice. Try to take one topic first. For example, kitchen. Then you go for the vocabulary, all the words in the kitchen. And then you make a small sentences. Okay. For example, in the kitchen, there's a spoon. So how to use the spoon? And then if you have the spices, the first you get all the vocabularies. Like you have the utensils, you have the gas burner, you have this one. So anywhere, if you go for shopping, also make vocabulary for the shoppings. And then you use and try to discuss with your friends. So, and try to make simple and easy sentence in talking. So gradually your talks will be complicated later on. But at the first, in the beginning, try to make a small sentences. And most important is WH question. So try to make WH question, because very important is what, where, when, whenever. So these are very important, because when you go where, so any place is the new place. Suppose I go to Vietnam, I will ask, where is the airport? Where is the bank? Where is the toilet? So these WH question is very important for asking the question. And in the conversation, there should be a question followed by the answer. So if the two people are sitting together and if there is no question, there will be no answer, and so there will be no conversation. So to start with, you must have some question. And in Japan, normally they start with the season. Today is a very nice season. Today is very cool. Today is very warm. Today is a pleasant weather. Like that, the weather question we start to break up the something. The ice break is start with the season of the day, that climate of the day. So that is very important, how to begin. Otherwise, you are sitting, two people are sitting for even 2 hours, 3 hours, but there is no question, then you cannot answer and there will be no conversation. So most important, you begin with any question. Maybe WH, you start, where are you from? What is your name? When you come to you can ask, suppose you are living in Ho Chi Minh. So when you come to Ho Chi Minh, how do you like the Ho Chi Minh? Because WH question is that, and one is a how, that is the exceptional. So that in the WH question. So that is very important to begin with a conversation. And so that is my tip, that first you start and you see your room where you are sitting, you have many things, like you have the window, you have the door, you have the curtain, you have this one. So first you get those words and then make a small sentence and answer. For example, where is the curtain? So next to, in front of, behind. So these are the words you can use and that will give you the answer. So that is in the very basic one. And when you start growing, you can learn a lot. Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you for your useful advice. Yes, I see English is very important today. Now, but English is difficult to learn. Yes, and I think to communicate with foreigners has English so well. Then how to be confident? How to be confident to communication with foreigners?
Try to catch some foreigner and start. If you find you can take me as a foreigner and you meet me, then you start with, excuse me, sir. But so, excuse me, sir, where are you from? And then you, when you come to Vietnam, How many days have you been in Vietnam? So these are the starting. Then you ask about his habit, like what do you eat? What do you like the Vietnamese food or not? Which Vietnamese food do you like the best? Like those are the starting questions you can ask. Or what are the places have you visited in Vietnam? Which is the place you like the most in Vietnam? So these are the things you start with a foreigner without any hesitation. And only thing is that the practice makes you the perfect. So unless you practice every day and don't hesitate to speak. Even you are speaking wrong, you speak. Who is the listener, he can understand what you speak. Like in Vietnam, when I'm there, I speak Xin Chao, and we start with the word Xin Chao. Even we don't know anything, then we start talking about that. Oh, what is her name? What is her profession? Is she a student or is she? So like that we start, and we start with their own word, Xin Chao. So you start with the English, hello, how are you? And then you start breaking the ice. So that will be my suggestion. Don't hesitate, just start talking. If they're wrong, who is a listener, he can check. Like when I talk, Vietnamese people, they understand I'm taking wrong because Vietnam has many accents. So 6 level, no? What we learned in Vietnamese, there's a 6 level. If the same similar word ma has a different accent, the meaning is different. So that is there. But in English, there is a one accent. So that is not a problem. In English, it's very easier than Vietnamese. Yes. Yeah, tell me some other.
Yes, thank you very much, Venerable. I hope that one day I can miss the Venerable in real meeting, not virtual meeting today. To understand and study about more and more Buddhist words.
Yes, you're welcome in India or in Japan. Both places you are welcome. You say Natban, no? Natban in so also there. Now also many Vietnamese people in Japan. So they at the university student, they are some of them are practicing and some are in the industrial training. So many Vietnamese people. So you're welcome to Japan. And sometimes you come in India also, you can enjoy that. Now in GBU have many students from Vietnam, also in Delhi University, then now Nalanda Mahavihar. So we have now also in Nalanda University, and there is one Vietnamese monk, and there is a nun also. She's a teacher in Nalanda University. So everywhere now you have Vietnamese people. So you are most welcome in all this country, at least in the 2 countries where I am, most welcome. And whatever the help we can give to you, we will provide. Thank you.
Yes. Now I would like to invite Thọ Chánh, please.
Yes. Good afternoon, Bante. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I have questions for you.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. As I know so many Americans think Buddhism just a philosophy, can you share with me why do they think this?
I didn't find your question clear. Can you give another and the same question again?
Yes. Why so many Americans think Buddhism is just a philosophy?
No. Now the American is thinking this is a philosophy, but at the same time, Buddhism is based on science. So they are adopting Buddhism as a religion of the science, because Buddha's all the words is based on the scientifically, which has been accepted. So Americans were interested to get a religion based on science. So now they have adopted it. They don't feel it is only philosophy, because Buddhism is full of psychology also. The mindfulness, that is based on also on that psychology, you can say mindfulness, that it because the Dhammapad say Mano Pubangama Dhamma Mano. So that mind is the foremost. So that controls your psychology. Then there is a philosophy of Buddhism is there. So Buddhism enters in every field. So that and that is the mostly it depends on that one, on the science. So America is accepted as a religion which is based on science. Understand? Not only philosophy, but also based on the science religion. Yes, dear.
Yes, thank you for your answer.
Thank you. Yes, any other question? It's very nice to talk to you people. Very, very nice. Anybody else?
Just one day you have come to Vietnam for 2 or 3 times. So which one is the most you like? Which one you like the most in Vietnam, Mandaji?
In Vietnam, I like the most, it is for the Buddhist temples, I like the Hanoi. And for the coffee shop, I like the Ho Chi Minh. So there's a different, two cities are quite different. One is the traditional one, that is the Hanoi. So that is different, and Hanoi food is also different. When we come in the Ho Chi Minh, I found it is more influenced by the American practices, beautiful places, and of course there are some temples. But the Hanoi temples looks a very traditional one. So that I found the two different places, they're quite different in the people's, not nature, but there this one, the decorations and the pomp and show is more in the Ho Chi Minh. And the very simplicity is there in Hanoi. So that I found this is the more, I mean, in my imagination, maybe different from you. So what I found that Ho Chi Minh, when we come in the Ho Chi Minh, it is different world. But when we arrive Hanoi, it is different world. So that's it. Yeah. Tell me other question. Very nice. Any other question? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay. So you mentioned that you visited Go Vap district, Ho Chi Minh City, all right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So because I'm living in Go Vap district, Ho Chi Minh City right now. So can you tell to me about some temples, some pagodas you visited? Yeah, about at Go Vap.
Yeah, I just told you that Pho Minh temple, Pho Minh, which is belong to
Yeah, that's right.
Tien Tam.
Phổ Minh.
And then many temples I visited. I didn't remember all the names, but I stayed 2-3 days with Thich Tien Tam. So that is in the Go Vap district, District 1, Go Vap. So that was one, and he has a very nice one pagoda with the 7, and then in the center near many temples. I think there were more than, and one temple very close to the District 3, also one temple. So there are many temples I visited, but they are all beautiful.
Yes, great. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, but this was Pho Minh was very near, and near the airport was there another temple which I also visited, and where Indian people also sometimes they go to visit that temple. And there is one temple in the very center that was that is also in university. Thich Ba, Mr. Ba is there, B.A. Ba, who comes also India sometimes. And they are also university, Buddhist university. He belongs to that. The Thukba, Thucba. So there are many temples, and they are all different in architect, but design is the same. And yes. And which city you live in? Ho Chi Minh, there is a many district 1, district 2, district 3, like that. And then there is a district of near the airport is another district. And near the airport, I found many Korean people also, Buddhist Korean people. They are living in the Ho Chi Minh. Yes. Which district do you live there?
Yeah, me.
Yes.
I live in Go Bop district. Go Bop district.
Gobab. So
Yeah,
Gobab is that Thich Tam Thien temple is there in the Gobab, district 1.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
I just read it on the newspaper or the internet, but I don't have the chance to visit this temple.
And
Yeah.
he follows Theravada Buddhism, which we say also Theravada, no? The tradition.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your sharing. And if I have a chance, I will visit this temple in the near future.
And you can tell that you had a talk with Medhanlar, Dr. Medhanlar, who is Indian, who is living in Japan. So he will be happy to meet you. He is very nice and very kind monk. Thich Tien Tam. His name is Tam, but they say Tam.
Yeah, I got it. Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, so that is there. He sometimes comes to India when we have some meeting and all. So he comes there also. Yes, next time when I go Vietnam, I would like to visit him also and your group also, so that we can talk face by face in a live talk.
Yeah, interesting.
Thank you very much. Yes, anybody have some question? Hello.
Yes. Trân Thiện, please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Venerable.
Any other question?
Yes. Which one you like the most in Vietnam?
I like the most in Vietnam that was near that there's some coffee shops, very beautifully decorated coffee shops, and nice temples. I just explained you about this Gobap temple and like that some temples. And there was one center where they show it was near the Ho Chi Minh, but a little on the way to Cambodia on that road, where you had a war between the American and you. That center name I forget, but there was some barracks where the people used to have this fight with the American soldiers. Can you give the name of that place? I'm just forgetting the name, where there was a place where the Americans were fighting with and that is near the Ho Chi Minh on the way to Cambodia. There is one way goes to Cambodia.
Cô Chi.
Yeah, what is the name?
The name is Cô Chi. Cô Chi.
Yes, Kuchi. Yes. So that is very. I like that one. And I found that how the nationality you people are fighted for the nation, and the American couldn't get victory over the this Vietnam. So that was very, very interesting to go there. And they explained that even there is a fighting is going on, the people inside that land, they were cooking, they were sewing the soldiers' dresses and all these things. Was very impressive for me, that how the people have the thought of the nationality. That's very important for everybody in the world. So you got my point? Hello?
Yes.
So that was very impressive. 3 places for me. So tell me some another question. Yeah, that is very important and very impressive for me. How the people fight for their nation.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to invite Dhamma Sister Trân Thiện, please.
Hello, Venerable. I'm really impressed by Buddhism in many of your sharing today. So I have a question. I
Yes.
really like Japan. You share me about religion in Japan.
Religion in Japan is two kind. One is the traditional religion, which is Shinto. That is the religion of the shrine. There is no any god, and they love the nature. Every article of the nature is in the form of the god. So that is called Shinto, Shinto, Shinto. Another section is the Buddhism, where the Buddha is worshipped as a god or as in a faith. And from that, the Lotus Sutra, which was given by Buddha in India. There is this is one, what is the mountain? It looked like a vulture mountain. So we say Vulture Peak Mountain, where he gave the Lotus Sutra. So on the Lotus Sutra, the Buddhism in Japan, that is based on different religion come, like Tendai Shu, and I told you Nichiren Shu, and Shu is called the religion or the faith. So many that come on the, so main base of the Mahayana tradition in Japan, it is based on the Lotus Sutra. And you also chat one of that one, Shika Muni, or the Muni is called Muni, or you say also that. So these are all chanting from this Mahayana chanting. And so similarly, they chant Namu Myo Ho Renge Kyo. So woe to the Lotus Sutra. So that is there. Nichiren Shu, Tendai Shu, and also many shoes are there. SHU, Shu. Japanese Buddhism is based maximum in the Mahayana tradition. Same like you have also Mahayana, but in Vietnam we find Theravada also. But in Japan, Theravada is negligible. Not so many people, very few. Yes. Any question? Continue.
Yes. I would like to invite Nhộn Ngọc, please. Offer the mic to you, Nhộn Ngọc.
Hello.
Yeah, a little bit of I would like to know more about the monk in America, because American Buddhism is a mix with all kind of belief, all kind of Buddhism. So the monk in America may be different with all the monk in the world. Can you share about it? Thank you.
Yeah, actually Buddhism is only one. We just put for our sake in different parts. But Buddhism is the same, Buddhayana. What we say Buddhayana is everything is there. But for our, because Buddha, after getting, the Gautam the Buddha, after getting the knowledge, enlightenment, he preached, he gave his sermon in Sarnath. But he preached in the different places for 40 years about what he got in his enlightenment. So the same thing is there, but for our own benefit, we divided in Mahayana, Theravada, Tantrayana, all these practices. But Buddhism is the same, and it is worshipped in a different form in Hindu religion too. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Next question.
Yeah, but what did you choose Spain to live for maybe more than 20 years, right? What did you choose Japan to practice Buddhism?
I practice Buddhism in the mainly is the meditation, and take it keep yourself calm. By that, with the teaching of the Buddha as a monk, so you have to keep in the middle way of the life, not too luxury and not very low, also in the middle way of the life. And we practice, and we have to show that humanity with each one, and we should love each one. And according to not only Buddha, but according to me also, we should love all the creatures of the world. And because Buddha taught us, Shabityo Bibhajantu Shabarogo Vinashatu. So we should see the creature which we can see by our own visible eyes, but also to the creation which we cannot see by our naked eyes. So we should pray and we should love to those creatures also, which is in this universe and outer universe. So that is the main teaching. We follow that one in practice, not in theory, because in theory there are many things, but we need to practice in our real life. It's okay?
Yes, thank you for your sharing. Today the wonderful topic, right? Thank you.
Yes, make it a habit of the Buddhist teachings. That is, because many things is there, but we need to make it in a day by day to day life. If we make it in a day to day life, like Thich Nhat Hanh also say that we should love and loving kindness, and so that Dalai Lama also coming with the same teaching now, that we should love each other. So that will make a different society. If we start loving each other, then there will be no anxiety, no any panati pata vermani, so that will be also not there. So we can enjoy a life, and the world should be on peace and full of harmony. So that is very important. Is it okay?
Yeah, I see that you very love Vietnam, so maybe in the future you can come Vietnam and live some years.
Yes. So very good, very nice. So please follow the Buddhism in the practical way. Try to love each other, all the humanity and all the creation, not only your boyfriend or girlfriend. So please try to love your mother, father, your neighbor, all. And don't feel anybody is enemy to you. So that will be the best thing from my side.
Yeah, follow the Buddha's teaching. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Anybody next question?
Thank you, Bante. Next, I would like to invite Bạn Niệm, please. Over the mic, you.
Rồi, vô đi.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Brother. Are you planning to come to Vietnam in the near future?
Maybe when the epidemic finishes, I would love to come to Vietnam as soon as possible, and meet you people once more in presence, and then we would love to talk with you people, and we will talk more and more in English. Okay? So I'm waiting for epidemic to finish. Okay? That's good. Yes, and welcome to India also.
Thank you, Brother.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Yes. Yes, yes. Don't be shy. Be frank and talk. Even you wrong English, don't worry. I can understand because I travel a lot. So even your accent or your some word is not correct, don't worry. I can understand what you are going to ask. Okay? Go ahead. Please.
Hello, Venerable. I have
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
Can you share something about Madana Buddhism in America?
What in America?
Madana Buddhism.
The Buddhism in America, we
America?
already discussed a lot. So give me a particular question about Buddhism. Buddhism America, I told you it is contribution of everybody. It is from the Indian missionaries, missionaries from Vietnam, missionaries from Tibet, missionaries from China, missionaries from this Sri Lanka. So different country people gathered there and they taught the Buddhism in America. So that's why their culture of Buddhism is a mixture Buddhism. And before there was no humanity in America. Now we find humanity in America somehow. And it is not 100%, which we can see there. But still, there is humanity, the rate of humanity has grown up after the coming of the Buddhism in America. Understand? Yes.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Okay, no problem. Any question you can have, no problem.
Yes, Bante, I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
What's the difficulty when Muslims live face problem in America?
America had many problems before, like the ethnicity problem, black and white problem, poor and rich problem, and a number of problems were there. So there was, if you are a rich or poor, that was the very first problem. Okay. And then there was some people are from the black people, some are the white people, on like that. Also that ethnicity problem. So that has to be reduced. So that is the only two problems where they are black and white, and the economic problem. The economic problem was there are the rich people, and then there are the poor people. So there's a two problems. Yes, next. Next question.
The last question today.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead. No
yes,
question?
Yeah, the last question. Yes, the last question today. I would like to invite Tham Sister Quang Ngọc, please.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
can you hear me
please.
clearly?
Yeah.
I have a question for you. That can you tell me about a little bit your countries, Japan, about people or cultures of your countries?
Japanese people are very polite. Before the World War II, they were not very polite, but now they are very polite. And even in the good morning, if they say Ohayo gozaimasu, so another person will say Ohayo gozaimasu. So they do not salute, they go for the bow. That is called the go down. And from this west to down, hello, like that. Whoa, they bow each other. So that is their very politeness. And they always think of the others. In other countries, people think of himself first, but in Japan, the people feel for other people first. So that is the main. And another thing is that everything goes with the time. Even the bus and the trains, they go by time. So I'm not telling that Vietnam not following time, but almost country in the world don't follow the time. Because somebody said, okay, I'm coming in 5 minutes, they will come in 20, 30 minutes. But in Japan, they do everything by minute and seconds. And also when you work in Japan, and if you are late for 10 minutes, they cut your half day salary. And if you are 30 minutes late, they will cut off the whole day salary, even you working there. And you have a work culture, then you must have dress of that company. Suppose you're working for Suzuki, your dress should be marked with the logo of the Suzuki and the name will be Suzuki, because your name identity is not there. Understand? Like your name is Miss Knock, but you are not Knock. You are Knock of Suzuki. So they introduce in Japanese like Suzuki no knock this. So first comes the company, then your name. So that is in Japanese culture. So time is most important in Japan is the time. And that is it. There are many things. Culture is quite different. And then you have the ceremonies is also different. They follow the tea ceremony. Then they have this hanami is called, now in April, you will find the flower weaving. That is called the sakura, the flower sakura. They watch that one. So that is flower weaving ceremony. So there are many traditions. Then they have Shichi-go-san is called when the boy or the girl becomes 3 years or 5 years and 7 years. They dressed in kimono and they take the photos. So that is also, there are many traditions. And then they have a tradition of the dolls. So they decorate the dolls also. So different, many culture different from the Vietnam and in Japan. So if you have a particular tradition, let me know. Also, they have their fan, different fan, which you are not using, but in Japan, they use the fan. And your dress is near to kimono, but their kimono is more heavy and little different in the design and the heaviness. Okay?
Thank you for your answer. Could you teach me how to say thank you in Japanese?
Thank you is arigato gozaimasu. Gozaimasu is polite form. And if you're the friends, just you say arigato, that's okay. But for the people or your teacher and your higher, you can say arigato gozaimasu. Okay?
Arigato
Thank you very
gozaimasu.
much.
Thank
Same
you.
like you say sing kaman, right? Sing kaman, right?
Inkama.
Yeah, maybe pronunciation is different little.
Thank you.
Yes,
Arigato.
thank you. Yeah, arigato.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I would like to invite Hữu Pháp, please.
Can you tell me about your daily routine
Yes.
in Japan?
Hello.
You can repeat. Yes.
Can you tell me about your daily routine in Japan?
I cannot hear you. Please, sorry to tell you.
Daily routine.
Yeah. Yes.
Please repeat one time more your question, please.
Yes. Yeah. Venerable. Can you share daily routine in Japanese? In Japan, yes. Daily routine.
Your daily routine, your daily activities in Japan.
What is your name in Japanese?
Can you tell me about your daily routine in Japan?
Oh, daily routine in Japan. Yes. Early morning, I get up around 4:30 and then we go for our washroom and then we go to the temple for prayer and we chant like Namyo Renge Kyo and other that scripts. And after that, we go for the breakfast around 6 o'clock and 6:30, we finish the cleaning And after that, we go for the class teaching. And when I'm teaching the English in our monastery, and after that, by 10 o'clock, we go outside if we have some duties to do. If not, then by 11, we take our lunch, which is pure vegetarian lunch. And then we go by 12, we finish all cleaning and we take 1 hour rest, 12 to 1 o'clock. And then we again go for duties if we have to attend some. Sometimes it changes because sometimes there is a funeral duties, sometimes we have the birthday duties. So all depends on the day to days. It can be different. But normally if there is nothing to go outside, then we go for also in the pind path in the morning. So all depends on the days, it differs. But normally we must wake up by 4:30 in the morning. Okay?
Thank
So
you.
morning duties and chanting is very important for us. And then we go in the society, and we meet with the people and we ask about their problems and how to solve those problems. So we give the suggestions to our followers that please do this and please don't do this and all that. So like that. And we finish our evening, we just take some milk and the fruits and then we go for the bed around 10 o'clock. Is it okay?
Yes. I would like to invite Trúc An, please.
Hello, Bante. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes.
Yes. I have a question for you. What is the importance of academic Buddhist study for the practice of Buddhism?
Academic Buddhism is, there is two. One thing is only on a scripture. That is the academic Buddhism, read by text and all these things. One is the practice Buddhism. What is written in the text, we practice in reality. And then there is a historical Buddhism, which is how Buddhism came and how that is the historical background of the Buddhism. So when in Buddha come, when that another Buddhas his disciples come, so those things are, that is the historical Buddhism. Then we have philosophy of Buddha. What is in his philosophy he taught? That is a philosophical section of Buddhism. Then we have the psychological Buddhism, where we teach about the mental status or that which we do the meditation and all these things. So that is psychological side of the Buddhism. So Buddhism teaching and study is very different in practice and in that one. Understand? So, okay, so then we will finish it here today, or we have so many questions, then you can go ahead.
The last question today, I would like to invite Nhuận Hạnh, please. Thamma brother Nhuận Hạnh.
Yes, go ahead for the last question.
Yeah, Nhuận Hạnh, please offer the mic to you.
Yes. Good afternoon, Venerable.
Yes, thank you.
I don't speak very well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Can you tell me how you feel about Vietnamese Buddhism?
Yeah, Vietnam Buddhism, I explained already 2 times. This is a very nice country where you have Theravada, Mahayana, and Tantrayana. All the Buddhist practices is in your country. So that is very good. And I feel very nice in Vietnam. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, then see you again, and then we will talk more. Or if you have any more suggestion, you can suggest me.
Yes, Venerable, take a minute. Yes, thank you on your question today. And thank you, Venerable, very much. Now we come to vote of thanks. Now may I request Dama Sister Liên Đoan to give vote of thanks. Sister, please.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Hello.
Yes, Sister.
Yes. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Dear all participants, I'm going to offer verb 10 to our guest speaker and turn and participant. First of all, we are pleased to recite the encouragement instruction of my Venerable Dr. Thich Rector School Buddhist Study, a faculty member and teacher to further permanent class in the field of Buddhist study. For this wonderful presentation, I would like to express my deepest gratitude Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, International President of Buddhist Mission Japan, who not only accepted the official invitation as the guest speaker today, but also delayed certain asylum prestation and discussion on Buddhism in America, the contribution of Vietnamese monks. Thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Medhanlar Ravi, for enlightening us the wonderful topic today. We have got a lot of knowledge and useful for enlightening for information that you have given our club member through the presentation. I believe that our participants and members here have understood clearly and fully about prominent feature of Buddhism in America. Once again, thank you so much for your excellent presentation and discussion, Venerable Medhanlar Ravi, International President of Buddhist Mission Japan. In addition, on the occasion, I would like to express gratefulness and thankfulness to my beloved member of the club and our attendant of School of Buddhist Study in Binding. We are not here without our support, cooperation, and encouragement and efforts. I believe that with this persistent weekly activity together, our goal of perfection of Dharma English will be realized and recognized in a happy manner. Keep it all together. We will be better in the near future. Come on, our attention. I also would like to send my special thanks to our moderator today, Dharma Sister Ngambao. I'm really impressed on your words and speech. Congratulations on your good performance today, Sister. Last but not least, I'm thankful to our participants to join us in this international interactive meeting. Welcome you all to our international meeting next week. May you all experience to peace and happiness in this life and the future. May you all be healthy in the body, peaceful in mind, happy in life, and successful in career of spiritual path. Thank you very much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.